Well, hello, folks. I'm scratching my head. So, yeah, another update on the coronavirus. And again, since I got family relatives in China, so as it turns out, if you have friends or relatives or family over in China, if you just I am in contact with them every day, and from what they're telling me, it's a lot more. It's a lot worse. Let me fix the. It's a lot worse than what the news is saying. At first, they were going to reopen restaurants, stores for people to go shopping, and then they decided to close again. And this is, of course, down in the Guangdong province, where there's Guangzhou and Shenzhen are the two big cities down there. And so the provincial government decided, no, we're going to continue quarantining people in their house. So, and of course, folks, if you've ever been to China, folks who live in these megapolis, we have big cities here in the U.S., L.A., 10, 15 million people. Same thing in New York, 10, 15 million people. But again, in China, 10, 15 million people, that's their medium-sized city. That's our big city. And the folks who live in these, I call them, or at least my mom calls them bird nest houses, because to her, that's what it looks like. I guess bird nests in trees. Well, the folks, they don't really keep food. I mean, they'll keep some food. The refrigerators are like small. They're like the size of an igloo. It's called the portable ice cooler. They're about a little bit bigger than those, or about the size of a large igloo ice cooler. And most folks there eat out, because food in China, not food, but food like in restaurants, eating out is cheap. You can go out and have like a bowl of noodle for 50 cents, or go have a lunch or a dinner for a few bucks. And it's a lot quicker. You eat, you're done. You go do your shopping, do what you got to do. Go home, get some sleep, and get ready for work the next day. And at least the Chinese folks I know, or at least the family stuff that I know, and their friends, they don't really cook. Like I said, they do keep some food at home, but for like it's who knows how long this quarantine is going to last. A week, 2 weeks, a month. This is what you would consider a mini shit hits the fan. And myself, I normally shop for about 2 weeks worth of food, or at least a week. I can extend it out to 2 weeks worth of food in case there is a mini shit hits the fan, like what's happening right now in China. So most of them there, like I said, of course the restaurant, people are saying that they're going to lose, trillions, not billions. They're going to be, China's going to be losing trillions of dollars because, airlines have pretty much cut flights to and from China. Most airlines are doing it all the way through March. Some are doing it all the way through April. So they're losing money in travel and tourism. Of course, the airlines are losing money because China is a huge customer of theirs, and and I'm not going to get into any conspiracy. No, I already got into enough of that, which is, in my opinion, I think this is a man-made virus that. And of course, the reason why people jumped on the bat thing is because the bats are one of the carriers of coronaviruses, and of course, someone posted that on the internet. They posted the video of the lady eating bat soup in Palau, which is some island in the South Pacific. And then you got people coming out, thumbing their nose at the Chinese culture, all those dirty, filthy people. They eat all of these weird animals. Well, the thing is that if eating wild meat is so bad and so dangerous, mankind would be dead thousands of years. We would be extinct thousands of years ago. You know, in our hunter-gatherer days. We wouldn't be 7 billion people strong today. So it isn't wild meat. That's just something that started on the internet and caught and I guess caught fire. uh, and of course, in the U.S., we eat wild meat too. Deers, possums. Some places raccoons, squirrels. I've eaten squirrels. I've been out and hunting squirrels, eaten squirrels. Don't eat bats, but I guess I don't see anything wrong with eating bats. I don't see anything wrong with eating dogs. It's their culture. It's the Asian. No, not all Asians eat dogs and bats and things like bats and snakes, centipedes, and things like that. That's normally you normally get that in a herbal remedy store, where the animal is put in some sort of a herbal juice, and you buy a shot of the juice. You swig it, or you buy a jar of it and you take it home. It isn't cooked like a chicken fried steak, where you batter it and deep fry it, and then eat it. It's not like that, and again, and I've been telling folks, people I speak with, post on forums and stuff that, hey, look, Asians may eat weird food compared to the West, but they're keeping it to themselves. They're not pushing it on the West. They're not saying, hey, Westerners, you need to eat dogs, you need to eat bats and bugs and worms and stuff like that. That would be the white liberal, and if we want to get into culture view, of course, Jews and Muslims. I think it's just Muslims. For some reason, I always thought Jews don't eat pork, but Jews are kosher. And I had to look up kosher. All this year I didn't know what kosher meant. Kosher just means that the food, specifically meat, is prepared to where all of the blood has been removed or drained from the meat. That's what kosher means. So that would be a Jewish view. So if you eat a blood, so if you're asking a Jewish person to eat a medium rare steak, which I love, by the way, that would be against their culture. And of course, the Jewish person will look at you like you're some sort of a savage eating a medium rare steak. Same, a Muslim person will be looking at you eating a pork cutlet or pork steak, saying, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you eating pork? And same with Hindus. Hindus will be looking at, especially us Texans, we love our steaks. And of course, Hindus, they worship cows. They don't eat cows, beef, anything related to cows. And their culture will be looking at the West like, well, what the hell's wrong with you people? Why are you eating beef? What's wrong with you? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of their culture, part of their religion. The thing with a lot of Westerners who thumbing their nose at Asians specifically for eating food that they consider weird, that's just their feelings. And again, I don't give a damn about your feelings. If someone wants to eat dogs, bats, cats, centipedes, bugs, worms, that's them. And unless you got a good reason, and the reason of, oh man, eating these types of animal is dirty, and things like that, you're barking up the wrong tree. Because again, if that was the case, when man were hunter-gatherers, we would be dead a long time ago. And yes, a lot of this food did come from time of famine and time of hardship. Around the turn of the 19th century, Southeast Asia, specifically Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, had like a decades-long drought where all the crops, there was a famine, the crops died, all of the livestock died, the cows, chickens, pigs, the main livestock, they all died, and people had to, and there's history on, there's even a movie, I forgot the name of the movie, I can't think of the English translation of it, where people were forced to go hunt snakes, go hunt rats, and just pretty much eat anything that uh, uh, walked, crawled, or slithered, and and of course Europe, Europe had their I guess famine, things like that too. So so people who has ingenuity, has some intelligence, would tell themselves, hey, look, either I'm going to starve to death because my crops are dead, my cattle are dead, you know, uh, I got to do something. I got to eat something other than the crop that I grew because it's dead. Well, there's the snake. I might as well eat the snake for now, stay alive. But of course, over time, it's become part of the culture, and and believe me, Westerners got our weird food too. Andrew's what's his name? Andrew Zimmern. Yeah, Andrew Zimmern, and his strange food, which was on for I think 5 seasons. And I don't know if Andrew Zimmern is still doing his bizarre food. That's the name of his show, Bizarre, and I love that show. And and I think either last year or so he did like an entire season where it was strange, bizarre food just in the U.S. Uh, a few years ago, I guess there was and I think these ladies in UK are still doing it, where there was a group of ladies who decided that they wanted to eat their placenta after birth when they or a friend or someone gave birth to a baby. That's disgusting. Anyone looking at that will say that's disgusting, and no, that's not all Westerners who are eating placenta after birth. It's just those group of nutty ladies. Same thing with in the West. You got these groups of nut jobs who are drinking human blood, eating human blood. If a Chinese person saw that, they would think, oh, okay, man, Westerners are eating and drinking human bloods now. That's disgusting. So, yes, and the videos you see of, again, that lady eating the bat soup, that's not everyone in China. Same thing with eating dogs. That's a small section or a small area in China that still eats dogs. And again, I got nothing against them. The only thing I would have against it is when those nut jobs go out and kidnap people's dogs, and and there was a video too, and if I can. And I found it, and if I can re-find it, I'll just stick it here real quick to show you guys. There's some Vietnamese man, and showing him sitting at a table. He's got like a plate of baby mice, and they're crawling around. And he has one in his chopstick, and I think it's and again, I got nothing against him eating mice, because the one that was in his chopstick looked like it was already skinned and cooked, and it wasn't one of the live ones that he had crawling in his plate. I have no idea what he's saying. I guess I'll show it to one of my Vietnamese friends and ask, hey man, can you translate this? What's the guy saying? And of course, people were taking it that he was eating live baby mice. And if you look at the video closer, it is grainy, but it looks like what the mice that he was eating is actually a cooked one that's been skinned and cooked. And back to the U.S., there was a few. Yeah, and in that case, no, eating raw baby mice is not a Vietnamese dish. And again, that video is probably taken out of context. And back to the U.S., a few years back, there was some sort of craze going around where people were eating live salamanders, swallowing live goldfish, and at one point they were including live baby mouse. And I'm pretty sure those videos are still on the web somewhere. They're probably on Facebook somewhere, probably on YouTube somewhere. So if you're gonna thumb your nose at that Vietnamese man, eating live baby rats, again flip the mirror, and look in the mirror first, because here in the West we have our nut jobs too. Hey dog. And again, I got nothing against people eating dogs. I wouldn't eat dogs, because again, I grew up in the West. I got grew up with dogs. I got these two old hound dogs. I don't know when they're gonna croak, but Hopefully they don't croak soon, because kind of growing attached to them. So yeah, so that's my video update. And again, the provincial government, I guess they're taking orders from the national government. They're quarantining all residents in their house. No going out to the store, no going out to the restaurant. You can still order, I guess, order food to be delivered to your house. The difference between a virus and a bacteria is that a virus requires a host to transmit. And so if you order food, I guess unlike a virus or a bacteria where a guy's got dirty hands and he sneezes onto your food, hopefully that doesn't happen. Bacteria can transfer that away, but a virus, it has to be like a direct, someone sneezing within your area. So if someone were to, so if the delivery guy was sick with the coronavirus and he sneezed onto your, package and handed it to you, I don't know how long the virus can survive outside of a human body. I heard it's not very long, but the hour long or the 30 minutes that it takes for the guy to deliver the food to your house, who knows? I would still be kind of weary, because if the delivery guy shows up with no mask on, and I guess I'll close on this. I'll speak about the mask because I'm reading news article and reading what people are typing, going, oh man, those stupid Chinese or those stupid Asians, they're wearing those masks. The masks are completely useless. Well, it's not useless. The mask, and yes, I went shopping for masks today, and the stores in my area were all out. The surgical mask. I had some. There was like a box of 20 that I bought like 2 years ago, and I used like a couple, and of course we moved to this house, and now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it for the life of me. I do have my N95 one that I bought during this last summer. Mainly to wear doing yard work and stuff like that. But for the life of me, I can't find that box of 20 surgical masks that I bought. And more than likely, it's probably in one of the boxes. Could be in the attic, it could be in the storage, it could be in the trash. But for the life of me, I can't find it. So that's why I went to try to find some more surgical masks. And I'll try some more stores tomorrow. I'll try some more. I went to Target. And a couple of Walmarts, so they were all gone. So I'll try CVS and Walgreens. I'll try Daiso. I know Daiso sells the one that's made in Taiwan, and I think those look better. But yeah, so in the U.S. it looks like people are making a run for masks also, and hopefully I can find. I only need one box because I don't have a family of 4 to supply the masks to. But back to the mask. So the saying that the mask, along with proper hand washing, and I did buy some Dial antibacterial bar soap, and I have the liquid soap too that Dial makes, and if you look at the ingredient, it's benzoyl acetate or chloride is the active bacterial killing agent that's in Dial bar soap and in their antibacterial liquid soap. And of course, since we're on this subject, Purell, I guess the FDA is having them redo their labeling, because from what I read, if the hand sanitizer is not at least 60% to 90% alcohol, you can't label it as 99.9% germ killing or bacteria or virus killing. And luckily the one that I bought at the beginning of the flu season, I didn't buy it just now, but I bought it at the beginning of the flu season. That one has 70% alcohol in it. And I picked up, look, like, okay, 70%, I'm good. But I guess some of their other ones don't have these at least 60% alcohol, so I guess they have to I guess, relabel those particular bottles. But again, back to the mask. If you properly wash your hand and use the surgical mask, wash your hand before you. I think there's videos out there of nurses and doctors showing people how to properly wash their hand, put the surgical mask on. It's about 70 to 80% effective from you transmitting, if you're sick, transmitting your sickness and getting the sickness from other people who are sick, family members, your kid, or whatever. So it's not totally ineffective. What it does actually do is it if you sneeze or cough, it traps the particle, the spit particles. But of course, small viruses like the coronavirus, if it's trapped in your spit and it hits the mask, that will actually trap it. It's kind of like it's kind of during World War One where the soldiers were peeing onto their gas masks, and of course the filter on the World War One gas mask was just plain tissue paper, and soldiers found that if they peed on it, that it was actually way more effective. So yeah, so if your spit or whatever contains the coronavirus or whatever virus, flu virus, and it hits the mask will actually I'm not telling you to pee on your surgical mask to make it more effective, but hey, well, I mean, if it gets that bad and you don't have the N95 mask, then hey, you might want to, I don't know, go ahead and pee on your surgical mask to make it more effective. But other than that, yes, the virus could still get out through the mask. But if the mask is there, it's got all of that, fiber and stuff that's got to get through. So instead of when you sneeze without a mask on, so instead of the virus traveling 20 feet, 30 feet across the room or across the, whatever place you're at, with the mask on, it might travel, 2 or 3 feet, and before it dies down and falls to the ground. So all the Asian folks wearing the surgical mask, make sure you wash your hand. They're not crazy and they're not stupid. It actually does work. Right, I'll close it on that. I do thank you guys for hanging around. And again, like I said, I'm in contact with relatives every day in China, and for what their situation there is pretty dire. And they're who knows, hopefully China gets through this, Wuhan gets through this, and that the government reopens the stores and restaurants. I'm pretty sure people are still gonna have to wear masks, because at first that's what they were telling people. If you go out to the stores, restaurant, wear a mask. If you don't have a mask on, you will be asked to go back home and put one on, or go to the store and buy one. And now they're just telling folks to stay home. You can't even go out unless you are a public official, a doctor or a nurse, or policeman or fireman, people who are of the emergency services. All right. Well, hopefully, it's made its way to the United States, but hopefully I have a feeling that it's going to flare up in one of the blue states in the West Coast, whether it be California, Washington, or Oregon. The strange thing is that our government is quarantining everyone in California. So if someone is sick, like say in Illinois, they're flying the people who are sick to California, to that Air Force base, to quarantine them there. And from people who live in California, they're saying that right across from that Air Force base, where the quarantining people is like a huge homeless vagrant area where there's literally thousands of homeless people. And and of course this virus is airborne. Someone's sick, sneeze, it finds its way out of the building, fly across the military base onto that homeless shelter, and for all we know, one of those homeless folks, one of those druggies, whatever, could already be infected. I kind of jokingly, spoke with friends and buddies like, "Hey, man, this could be Trump's, you know, trying to shut down California without actually, going to war with California, and and finally, getting the Californians to, get their act together and close their border." Because if it flares up in California, they got all of the travel between California, Mexico, and yeah, it's going to go down to Mexico, and I don't think Mexico is going to be able to handle it like China's handling it, because China got they got experience, handling SARS flu, swine flu, avian flu, the Hong Kong flu, and now the corona. So they got 4 other flus under their belts that they've had to take care of. So they got some experience, and I don't think that the idiots government over in California. All right, that's it.